You are now listening to the Backpack Podcast.
Huh? You don't like me or something? What? Huh? You don't like me or something? I'm King of Hoon, I don't get no fucks. Bitch, what's up? Test your luck. Best roll my wrist gon' bust, my shit stay cut. You don't like me or something? Hold on, Pop move slow, need a pickup. I don't need a bitch that tired all day, baby, and then a bitch that don't hiccup. You don't like me or something? Hold on, son. Bitch, don't.
All right. Welcome to the third episode of The Backpack with Thomas and Samba. We're your hosts, Thomas and Samba, where we unpack our backpacks so you can pack yours. And if you guys haven't, this is your first time on the podcast, we pretty much discuss just different things. And hopefully you can take something from that and take it on your journey of life, you know. But and if you do, then we did our job.
Yep.
Yeah. Tom,
you know
what's
what's
up?
funny?
Yeah, what's up?
I just realized I don't think we ever did introduce ourselves. You know what I mean? I mean, we've talked about ourselves, but I don't think I was ever like, "Hey, I'm Thomas." You know?
Yeah, that's a good point. We definitely just skipped that part.
Well, you know what? It's too late.
Yeah, I mean,
You guys have to know who we are by now.
They'll figure it out, right?
Figure it out for yourselves,
right? I mean, in our intros it says Samba and T.
Yeah, we have our things
like
pop
our
up.
Instagrams, right?
So
I mean, yeah, that's fine. But what's up, bro?
Nah, not much. How
How you been?
I've been pretty good. How have you been?
Not bad.
Let's just say it, okay?
Just say it.
If you're wondering why we're in the same clothes, it's because it's because we just filmed. This is our second episode of the day.
We're going back to back. That's what this is.
So when you ask me how I'm doing,
it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why I even did that.
No. I mean, that's what I would have done too.
Okay, cool. All right,
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
But I will tell you this. I'm going to a WWE event tomorrow.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Dang, you should have told me.
Yeah.
I would have let her gone. Yeah.
I didn't realize because we had planned, me and my brothers and my cousin.
Yeah.
We had planned to do this when they first announced they were coming a few months back.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it was this Sunday until he's like, "Oh, we should buy our tickets." And I was like, "Oh shit, that's this Sunday." That was this week.
Yeah.
Wednesday. I was like, "Oh, okay." You know what I mean? So
nice.
We did buy our tickets. Otherwise, I would have let you know, man.
Yeah, that'd been dope. That'd been dope, bro. It's all good. Is it Raw? Is it
it's
SmackDown?
It's just a live event. So whenever they come here,
mm-hmm.
they don't usually do an actual episode of Raw or SmackDown. It's
gotcha.
just a live event for the fans. So
Gotcha.
There's gonna be some cool people there. I don't know how familiar you are with the newer, the current wrestlers.
It's been a while, but I've seen some clips here and there.
Yeah.
I know Rey Mysterio's back.
Still going. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
my boy. That's my boy. Yeah.
But I know Cody Rhodes is supposed to be there. Seth Rollins.
Okay. That's dope.
There's a lot of cool guys that are gonna be. LA Knight. He's he's kind of one of the bigger, more popular guys now, but he's more. His popularity's new, so I don't know if you'd be familiar with him.
Probably not.
Yeah, it should be a good show.
Cool. I heard Randy Orton kind of came back.
He's back too.
That's dope.
I don't really follow WWE like how I did when I was a kid,
yeah.
but I still see things and try to keep up.
Yeah.
And then me and my brothers and my cousin, every year we watch the Royal Rumble and we watch WrestleMania and different pay-per-views throughout the year. We'll watch them
like SummerSlam or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We always make sure to watch the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania though for sure every year.
Oh yeah.
So I always try to make sure I know what's going on leading up to those, or at least to WrestleMania.
Okay.
So
which makes sense. Yeah.
I keep up.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Not a lot, but I try to. When I see stuff, I'm like, okay. Or I'll watch on YouTube, WWE will post a promo that someone CM Punk did or something because he just returned. So.
Oh, that's dope. All right, CM Punk.
Yeah,
I was a big fan of CM Punk. You know, him and his little arm thing that he likes to do. I like that. Dope. Nah, WWE was a big part of my childhood, man. I'm assuming for most guys. Really,
I was gonna say whose childhood was it?
Right, for most guys at least.
If it wasn't, I feel bad for you.
Yeah, because you missed out on some peak entertainment, man.
Yeah,
and when you're younger, you're like, oh, it's so real and blah blah blah. Then you get older. I went through a phase of this is the best thing ever. Then this is stupid because it's fake. Because it kind of just it's kind of
ruin it for you.
Yeah, it's kind of how they say Santa isn't real. And it's damn, that ruins Christmas for me. You know, when I realized that WWE wasn't real, I was like, damn, I don't want to watch this anymore.
Yeah.
But I have a newfound appreciation for WWE now because it's like a telenovela with wrestling. You know what I'm saying? It's like a bunch of drama. But
with like wrestling and stunts and stuff.
exactly, like stuntmen. Actually, they're actually doing some of the stunts. You know, like you can't fake a slam, but you can fake these punches. Everything is scripted, of course. You know, but it's pretty awesome on how like it became like a new like I have a new appreciation for it. You know?
Yeah, it's kind of like you said, you go through a phase where it's like the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And then when people tell you it's not real, you're like, man, screw you. Blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah.
right.
And then, like,
Then
you
it
get
kinda
a little
ruins
bit
it for
older
you.
and you're kind of like, dang.
It is fake.
But then once you get even more older,
yeah,
you appreciate it
exactly,
because you understand the business side of it now.
Exactly.
The
Like,
wrestlers, like, how, you know, it's
Yeah.
really cool. I love wrestling
it's
and like
pretty
WWE.
awesome, man.
It's really cool.
That's pretty awesome, man. Yeah, because
And then when people say like it's fake, and I'm not obviously not the first person to say this. I see people like wrestling fans say this all the time, but they're like, someone's like, you know, that's fake, right? Like, yeah, no shit. So is everything else you watch.
yeah, right, pretty much, right.
You know what I mean?
Like even like reality TV is fake. You know.
Yeah, they're
Everything
like
is scripted.
feeding them stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they're like, it's just people pretending. I'm like, that's acting.
Yeah.
Do you think that Robert Downey Jr. is actually Iron Man?
Right,
Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
It's the same thing as like a movie, but it's just kind of live. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
there was this comedian actually that kind of made that point. It's like, yeah, you know, who knew The Rock was such a good actor? And then like he was like, you know him as Dwayne Johnson, we know him as the Entertainer, like you know, like we know him as
the people's champ.
the People's Champ, exactly. You know, like so. Like he was acting his butt off for like years. We know he's a good actor.
Yeah,
you know?
like on the off the cuff or whatever that saying is. You know what I mean? Like on the spot in the moment,
Exactly.
like
just
making
improvising.
stuff up.
Yeah, improvising like crazy.
And he's like the GOAT on the mic,
yeah.
arguably.
Oh,
just
yeah.
like his promos were crazy.
Yeah,
you know
because
what I mean?
you know how many times I've used it doesn't matter. Like, I love that, dude. Like,
Yeah.
like I'll even bring up a conversation just so someone be like, "What do you mean?" And like I have them
And then
repeat
you-
something.
yeah,
I just
yeah.
go ahead. It doesn't matter what you think.
What
know?
do you think? Yeah.
You know, like what's that guy's name? It doesn't matter what his name is. You know, like nah, wrestling was a huge part of me, man. Like we would watch every Friday night SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? My dad would get like pizza,
Yeah.
and we'd be in front of the TV with like 2 boxes of pizza, me and my brother, and we would go crazy eating it. We were like, oh snap, oh going crazy, you know?
Fake wrestling.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, right. We were doing our
Having
own
matches
stunts.
during. Yeah.
We had a bunk bed, and so like, me, my brother, and my sister shared a room, right? Growing up, so like me and my brother had the bunk bed, and my sister had her own bed. So we and my brother, like, while my sister was like doing something else, like we would be jumping from our bed to my sister's bed, doing like swanton bombs, you know, and frog splashes and all that. You know what I'm saying? Going crazy, and my dad would be so pissed, like, "What are y'all doing?" Da, 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 you know,
Gonna hurt yourself.
exactly. And we did get hurt like quite a bit. I remember hitting my head and like bleeding. It was bad. Bro.
I loved the before every show. Do not try this at home.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna ignore.
No
that.
one ever listened to that.
That's like the whole read the terms and conditions. You know, like no one cares about that. Like
It was a good try. I'm sure they had to tell them like, come on, you guys got it. And they put that. They're like, good enough.
yeah, right. Like you know what, we did our
There's
part.
nothing they can do.
right. Like we can't stop y'all from doing it. You know. But,
I just remember that opening thing. I don't know if you all remember this, but it was like it showed like John Cena with a big old slash down his back, and it was like bleeding, and someone else in like a neck brace.
Yeah, and
it
like,
was like
there's one where like the guy fell into like the little light thing, the spotlight, and he's like, I didn't know John Cena too.
and he's like
Bleeding, yeah.
they're like the guy, the voice comes on. These are trained professionals.
Yeah.
And then that's when that thing will pop up. Do not try this at home.
Yeah, no, that's true. No, that's absolutely
Meanwhile,
facts.
I'm like in the walls of Jericho while that's playing.
I'm out here doing like the F you to my brother, you know.
Dude, have you ever been put in the walls of Jericho?
It sucks, bro.
That shit hurts,
That
man.
sucks, bro. That sucks, bro. Me and my cousins, we were like, whenever we go to his house, we would wrestle like in the basement room. And there were times, we pretend to let each other do finishers and whatnot. And then he like kind of speared me, but like didn't spear me. And like my hand went into the wall and I dented the drywall.
Yeah.
Bad. And his dad was pissed. He low-key like kicked us out. But didn't kick us out, because we were always there. But he was like, y'all need to stop doing this, blah, blah, blah. And we were like, we're sorry, we won't do it again. And then the very next day, happens again, And like we'll break something else, or like one of us would get hurt and be like, shh, chill. You're right, and they're like, no, I'm done. And they get mad and like, just be quiet, be cool, So
one of my favorite moments, of my life maybe. We were having a wrestling match because we had trampolines growing up.
Oh, nice.
We went through like 3 or 4 of them. That's how rough me and my cousins and my brothers were. But this one time, it was me and my 2 younger brothers, Michael and Matthew, and we were having a match, triple threat. And my brother Matthew was like the champ at the time. And he got all pissed off because, like, I don't know what we did, but, like, I think I was, like, maybe doing something mean or something. Yeah. He, like, got all mad. He was going to go inside. I'm like, no, come on, like, stay out. And he's all like, no. Yeah. And so we had this chair that obviously was right by the entrance of the trampoline. Okay. So you could step on that to get in because, you know, it's kind of hard for, like, kids to just jump up on. Anyway. There's no upper strength. But it was one of those, I don't know if you'll know what I'm talking about, like one of those white plastic chairs, like a summer chair.
Yeah, like I'm going to the beach type chairs, or like
kinda
like those cookout chairs.
Yeah. They're like plastic though. You know, they don't fold. They're like they are what they are. And they're white and made of plastic.
And you can like if you lean too much on it, it'll break.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There's a lot of things where it's like says like fat people's worst enemy, and it's like those chairs. Oh yeah. Anyway, so we had one of those, and so keep in mind everyone would use the trampoline. So how much just beat down that this chair's taken just from people stepping on, blah blah blah. Yeah, it was already like breaking on like the backrest and that kind of stuff. Anyway, so my brother Matthew's all mad. He's getting off the trampoline and he's like, what he was gonna say, because he was a champ. He's like, whoever wins this match is the number 1 contender, like for the belt. Yeah. But midway through his sentence when he's saying that, and keep in mind he's already mad. he's like. Whoever wins this match is the number 1 contender. And it breaks.
Oh, damn, dude.
The chair breaks, and he falls back onto his back and, like, rolls over. Yeah. And me and my brother Michael were, like, just trying not to laugh, but, like, also concerned for him. But it was so funny, dude. And he got up all, and we're like, you okay? Like,
trying to keep him, like, calm and happy, but even though he's, like, already pissed.
And then he went inside, but... It was just so funny, dude. He even, like, he doesn't get hurt about, like, he says how funny the story is. Because it was just so funny for all of us. But, yeah, those were the days. Wrestling, like I said, we had trampolines. So, like, that's where our matches be. Well, not just there. We'd always have a lot of matches in my cousin's room, too. Her name's Emily. Yeah. We'd have a lot of matches in her room. I remember one time we had, like, a ladder match in there with, like, a step stool. And I got, like, suplexed off the top ropes onto the ladder. Just crazy stuff, man. We had like a phone charger or like an iPod at the time, I guess, charger hanging from like the light. Okay, that was the belt. And then like we'd use pillows as like other people in the match along with us. Like it usually be that match was like me, my older brother, and then my cousin. So it was so much fun.
Nah, it was a blast, man.
It was like peak, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was like. I don't know. It's like a good blend of like just entertainment and violence. You know what I'm saying? You know, like that's really what it was, man. Because like even like the entrances were fun,
fire, dude.
Right? Like I never thought I would be excited to watch like a man just walk somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
It's so sick. The fireworks,
the music, everything. Them like posing, like you know, on the turnbuckles, pointing at the crowd. Even if they were a bad guy, they were like booing at them. Like I would boo at the TV too, like boo, you know.
JBL entered.
I hated JBL. Bro.
Limo. That stupid murr in this song. Just hated him.
Even his finisher sucked. The clothesline to hell.
Clothesline from hell.
like what, bro? Like that was low key trash.
Dude, yeah, but I remember we'd like do our own entrances and everything. I remember we had like a new shed at the time in my backyard. Okay. And so we'd enter from there. We'd play music and enter. I remember one time my cousin Mark did like this whipped cream gimmick. Okay. But like a bunch of like whipped cream, the spray one like on his face, and he like entered. It was so gross.
Jeez, dude. Okay.
It was funny. But
that was good times, man.
Yeah.
Alright, so tell me this. What's your top 5 favorite finishers?
Finishers?
Yeah. Like finishers.
So number 1, I'm gonna go with the Stone Cold Stunner. Obviously.
Okay, that's fair. Okay.
Yeah.
That's my number 2.
So are we going like what I think are the greatest finishers, or my personal favorites?
Okay, we'll do 2. You know that's fair, because there are some that are like just practically great, and then ones that I like to see. All right, cool. Yeah. We'll do 2 different. We'll do your favorite personally, and then we'll do what we think are the best.
Okay, so my favorite, still the Stunner would probably be number one.
Okay.
I'll go no particular order because I
Okay.
don't know the order yet. But another one of my favorites, Swanton Bomb. Obviously,
yeah. Great one, of course.
Like doing that on the trampoline.
Oh yeah.
Perfecting it. You know what I mean? The form.
Oh yeah. For sure.
What else? RKO's sick.
Oh yeah. You can't leave out RKO.
Yeah, the RKO's sick. Sweet Chin Music, I love. That's just such a cool one. Like he's tuning up the band in the corner.
Yeah.
Then, like so smooth. I think just the way he did it was like dope. He's just like one of the greatest in ring. Shawn Michaels, I'm talking about.
Oh
but,
yeah.
And then it's so hard. There's so many good ones.
There are some good ones.
I loved the FU when I was a kid,
Yeah.
just because John Cena was like my favorite.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. But I also love like the Pedigree's a dope one.
Ooh, Triple H.
But then like the tombstone, like Undertaker's tombstone, and then he puts the hands on the chest,
and then like pins in his eyes,
sticks his tongue out, rolls his eyes back. That's fire. So I don't know. I love all those ones.
Cool.
What about you?
My personal favorites, 619.
Okay, that's a dope one. I forgot that one. Yeah,
because no one else does that one, right?
It's just so unique.
It's so unique. Like that's his thing, right? He's going in between two ropes,
swinging
his body and kicking somebody in the face. No one else is doing that.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, 619 is like my favorite.
He would do it to like two people at once.
Yeah,
sometimes.
exactly. Like he's dope. Rey Mysterio's that guy, bro.
Yeah.
I like underdogs too. So like, he's always the underdog.
The ultimate underdog.
Yeah, he's that dude, man. So yeah, 619 is my favorite. Like move itself, it's not the most practical. I do think there's some flaws in that one, but as far as like how great of a move it is, that's my favorite. The RKO, such a great move, almost unstoppable.
Especially because he can pull it off so like in so many different ways,
exactly.
so quickly.
Like his counters, like Randy Orton's counters, were just so amazing. My favorite counter he did was with Evan Bourne when he did the flip,
and then
he RKO'd him down. Because that's like. That's how high you drop, like that's a great.
That's
RKO.
crazy to execute that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, for sure. I do like the Sweet Chin Music because it's practical.
Yeah.
And it was fun to do. Like in school, we just randomly just slap our leg and like kick, like, try to like pretend to kick somebody in the face just randomly, or like the RKO, like just grab somebody's head.
I feel like the Sweet Chin Music is just so simple. There's something that's so simple but cool
so
about it.
Exactly. The People's Elbow. I just like the showmanship of it. It's fun. He's doing like he's throwing his his elbow band pad. There you go. His elbow pad into the crowd. And he's running, jumping over the person. Like he's a performer. I love that. That was really good.
That's a great move. Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, I feel like the spear. I was gonna say spear, but I think the spear is too overdone.
I think so. A lot of people have used that.
A lot of people have had that one. I don't like that one too much. I do like the choke slam.
Chokeslam's dope. Yeah.
Especially when like Undertaker does it and he's just
Kane.
Put the fear in their eyes before they do it. Yeah, that was a really good one. Those are like my favorite. But the most practical, I think, like are the best like finishers. I'm gonna say RKO. Because it's just so like versatile in every way.
Yeah. I'm
gonna say Stone Cold Stunner. Yeah. That's a good one because like it's quick enough.
It's also probably the most famous one.
Probably the most famous one, yeah. I'm gonna say Spine Buster.
That's that's a signature.
Oh yeah, you're right. That is a signature. That's not like a finisher. You're right. You're absolutely right.
I think the People's Elbow is like a signature too, because then his is like the rock bottom.
Right? You're right. Dang, did I have my check? Rock bottom. That's a good one too. Actually, that might be. I'm add that to the list because very close to the choke slam because kind of the rock bottom's quick. Yeah. I do like the rock bottom for that one. Sweet Chin Music, of course. That's a good one. That's very practical. And believe it or not. Actually, no. I'm gonna change it. Nah, the FU. Yeah,
that's a great one.
Yeah, that's it right there.
It's the attitude adjustment.
Well, yeah,
because they had to get PG, but it was sick when it was the FU.
WWE getting PG'd sucked, bro. Because it was so savage.
It was
it was so savage.
You can't match you
couldn't, man.
Like the Ruthless Aggression era.
Oh yeah,
which pretty much when we grew up. So that's what that would have been.
Yeah.
The Attitude Era. They're savage in those eras,
dude. Like they were cursing up a storm in that, bro. I'm pretty sure there's a few N-word like bombs.
Mr. McMahon said the N-word. Have you seen that?
I do remember that. Yo.
It's like, keep it up.
Yeah.
To Booker T, too.
I forgot about Booker T. I didn't like him too much. He was I was back and forth.
I didn't love him either.
Yeah, he was. I was back and forth with him.
Yeah.
Favorite tag team?
Oh, the Hardy Boys for sure. So sick.
Oh
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think they're called Team Extreme when they like kind of first were a tag team. But yeah. What other tag teams were there? I remember like
DX was one of my favorites.
DX, dude. How could I forget?
Yeah,
DX?
you know the DX chop. You know
when they had their revamp when we watched, because they first got together in like the late 90s. That's when DX started.
That's when it started, and then when they all had like the really long hair and
But then like they got back together in the 2000s or whatever, late 2000s. They were dope. I remember like me and my brother and my cousin would get like Febreze and like spray paint the DX on like the wall with the Febreze. That was sick. We did that a lot. I remember.
We used to get in trouble a lot in school, like just me and my friends just doing the DX chop.
The chop, yeah.
Because that was it's inappropriate one night.
Yeah,
we get in a lot of trouble for it. One of them, I think one of the kids got suspended
for doing that. I could see,
it was really
telling someone to suck it.
Like, yeah, pretty much, right? Yeah, it was pretty bad. Dude.
I remember we used to like always practice Triple H's entrance with the water.
The water,
just be making a mess on ourselves.
I perfected that one actually.
I never could. I couldn't get the initial like I couldn't get that, and then I go and blow again. One. I like that,
so the trick is for that one is to have a good amount of water, but not fill your mouth. You want to have enough water to the point where like, you know how you do like the I don't know how to explain that, but like that kind of motion with air and water kind of like missing out
like that.
Yeah, but like as one gust though, like, and then that should like kind of flow through your teeth in a sense.
Okay.
Yeah. I perfected that one.
How did he come up with that?
People did.
I feel
like they just try stuff, you know. Like, what can I do?
Just spit water,
right? What can I get in every? Like, you can get a water bottle every match, right? So what can I get from every match? You know?
Yeah. DX was dope. I remember like Batista and Rey Mysterio were a cool tag team.
They were dope. And then Batista betrayed him.
Yeah, Batista turned heel. Yeah,
I was hurt by that one.
I've told you this before, but like me and my cousin and my brother's one of our favorite promos at the time was like they were gonna fight John Morrison and his tag team.
Yeah.
And Melina was like his girlfriend or whatever, so she's like, part of their team. And she's like, oh, don't worry, I'll go like get them off their game. So she goes to the locker room and it shows them Batista's in there getting ready, and she's like flirting with him, and then they like start making out, and then it like cuts out, and then when it comes back, like her hair's messed up and she's getting her clothes back on,
like they had sex,
alluding to that. And then he's like, oh man, thanks for that, I feel great, I'm gonna kill those guys. And
like it failed.
We just thought that was so funny for some reason.
It's crazy how some of the backstage stuff I thought was real, like that beef between Randy Orton and Triple H for so long.
Then like go to his house.
Yeah, go to like attack his family and stuff. I'm like, yo, I thought that was real, but I'm a kid. It's my thing.
I thought it was all real.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Randy Orton punted John Cena's dad in the head and like knocked him out?
Like why? They were savages. Bro. Like, Randy Orton's he earned his name. What do you call him? Like the Viper? The Viper, right? Yeah. Nah, he earned that, man. But I used to think that was all real. Like, yo, he come into his house. Broke his door down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. It was great.
Yeah, man. Good times, bro.
I thought it was real too. Who didn't?
Yeah.
Triple H just with the sledgehammer in Randy Orton's home.
Right? Just break, savages, man.
Dude, the good old days. I feel bad, like I said, for anyone who didn't.
Yeah.
If they didn't like really experience that as a kid, because that was like peak childhood.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Having matches with your brothers and cousins and stuff.
For sure.
We still like mess around and have matches like that. Yeah. Not like this is a match, but like we'll just
straight fake punches randomly.
Yeah.
Or like throw them into like a fake turnbuckle.
The ropes, and they bounce back.
Yeah, no, that's facts.
We always make fun of my brother Matthew because we say he botches moves like Goldberg. Because do you ever know that Goldberg would like botch moves all the time and like hurt people?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we always say Matthew's like Goldberg because he'll just botch moves badly
just
and
just mess up the fakeness of it.
He'll just like one time he like dropped an elbow on my face and like I was like got all mad at my jaw, dude. It like hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, we really should have listened to that warning for sure. Because I definitely like hurt my cousins and they've hurt me. And, like, my brothers hurt me. I hurt my brother. Like we've all gotten hurt.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
It was worth it. It was so fun.
Oh yeah, great time.
That's like a hard profession though.
It is
being a professional wrestler because they have no breaks. They go year round.
Yeah,
They
Literally,
don't really. They barely see their families and stuff if they have families.
they're like on tour. Yeah,
pretty all the time.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's like being a musician, but physical.
Yeah,
you know, yeah, but like physical. Yeah,
you have to commit to like do it, and then like obviously the physical toll of like doing that every night.
Yeah, because there were times where like, there'll be like injuries that happen, but they won't show it. And then like the next 2 episodes, you won't see like John Cena or something for like 2 episodes, and he'll come back and like, oh, he was out doing something else. I'm thinking he's doing another movie or something.
Yeah,
but like he was just taking a break, honestly,
because he needed it.
He just needed it, man.
Yeah,
so,
it's
like,
crazy. And then even people don't realize like they think the slams and stuff don't hurt and stuff. I've heard that the ring, I've actually seen how they assemble the ring.
Yeah,
it's a thing of like wood underneath, and then they put like a thin pad, and then they put the like tarp over.
Really?
So they're pretty much slamming each other onto like slightly cushioned wood.
Okay. Then yeah, that sucks.
And
are there springs on it? I know like it
I think there's like springs and stuff, but still, I've heard like people who aren't wrestlers, like Logan Paul, he's like in WWE now. I don't know if you knew that.
I know he did like a couple matches. I don't know if he's like in it.
No, he's in it. He's
really?
the United States champ actually right now. Yeah.
How? What? So this man is boxing people, and he's also in the WWE.
Yep.
This man is living his life like Snoop Dogg, because Snoop Dogg's in everything. Like he just does random stuff.
Whatever you want.
Whatever he wants. He does whatever he wants. He was a football player for a bit. He was in WWE. He was on some cooking shows. He does everything.
He does literally everything. So he's just performing randomly. Snoop Dogg. You're like, what the?
Yeah, right. Like, you're like, whoa, okay.
But yeah. So Logan Paul, even when he first started doing it, I heard him talking. He's like, that shit hurts. He's like, I don't know how these guys do this every night, because even just the like ring hurts. He's like saying, and I've heard other people say that too. That like you think it doesn't because like they're trained professionals, but they're like every bump hurts.
Yeah,
like,
I believe it. Yeah, I mean, just in general, impact itself hurts. Even if like I'm wearing like pillows and stuff, if I fall from a certain height, it's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt. Yeah.
So that's facts. Yeah.
Yeah. So it should be fun.
Yeah. I hope you enjoy it, man.
Yeah.
Definitely take some videos.
I will. I'll show you.
Me. Yeah, definitely, man. That's gonna be dope.
Anyway, I know you had some stuff that.
Yeah, I want to piggyback off your
the Reddit from last episode.
It's not really a thread. This one is. It's just some stories that I've heard that were like, this might be interesting to bring up.
Yeah.
Cool. So this one is for most people that like to travel. So this one says, a woman in front of me at the airport security has a bottle of frozen water. They wanted to take it from her, but she kept saying that it's not liquid. What are your thoughts on that, bro?
I have no idea.
Right? Because you're not allowed to have liquid, but like it is a solid, right?
But eventually it will become a liquid.
It will melt, right? So I'm pretty sure that's probably simple, right? They probably just take it anyway. But like
that's probably like that person for them. It's like, oh my God, please.
Stupid, right? Like the TSA person's like,
don't do this to me, please.
Are you trying to create a loophole?
You're trying to ruin my day.
Right? Because then like, what if they let it go? I mean, like, can you freeze liquids that can be used for bombs?
I have no idea.
Right? We need a chemist. But that was just something I saw. I was like, you know what? That's
interesting.
Yeah, that'd be pretty interesting.
Do you think water is wet?
No. Water is not wet. Actually, there's a fun fact. Water makes other things wet. That's one thing.
Because it is wet.
No. It's like saying fire is fire. You know what I'm saying?
Fire is fire.
Fire, no, sorry. I said that wrong. Fire is hot.
Yes.
Right? But you can't burn fire.
Yeah, but you can make fires bigger with more fire.
Right? Like you can't burn fire. Like fire itself is what's causing the burn. Right? Water is causing the wet.
Because it is wet.
No. Like, okay. Well, let me just do a quick segue real quick. So like humans, we don't have a sensation to understand what wet is. Right? We can only feel the change in temperature and the pressure of it, which is why when something is super cold, it kind of feels like it's wet, even though it's not. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have a sensation to feel wet. We feel cold, pressure, and like something else that that our minds change to wet. Which is why, like, sometimes when you're bleeding, you don't notice you're bleeding because it's the same temperature.
You're like, oh, it's wet.
Yeah.
I've experienced that before.
Right.
Where, like, my head was bleeding. I was like, oh, it's wet and it's blood. And like, oh, shit.
But you only know it's wet because you touched it. But like sometimes, like, oh, you're bleeding, but you don't even feel it because it's the same temperature as your body, right? So even feeling the wetness is a misnomer because it's like you're not feeling wetness, you're feeling the temperature and the change in your senses. So that's one.
No, but I will say this, like I said, because I got stitches. I got hit with a baseball bat in the face, aluminum baseball bat.
God damn.
Anyway, I got hit. I was on the ground. I was like, oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
And the first thing that I felt was like, oh, my eye's wet.
Yeah.
And I put my hand and looked, and it was blood.
Yeah.
So I felt, and it was blood. It wasn't like cold or anything.
So, yeah, but you felt the pressure of it moving.
Yeah, I guess.
That's what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So if it stayed in one spot, you wouldn't notice. But since you felt the movement, you're like, okay, something's on my face and it's wet. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what that is. So that's what I'm saying. That was a little segue to go back to like what wet is. Wet is a sensation caused by water, but it itself can't be wet. You know what I'm saying? That's like fire. I'm gonna go back to the fire thing. Like fire burns stuff, right? But you can't burn the fire. Right, wet water makes things wet, but you can't wet water. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
You know, I can see I'm not gonna change your mind on this one.
We need to get my two younger brothers on here.
Oh yeah.
So me and Michael say water is wet. Matthew says water's not wet.
I'm with Matthew. Bro.
So you're with Matthew.
Oh, yeah,
It'll
for
be
sure.
me and Michael versus you and Matthew.
And y'all will lose. Y'all will lose.
We will win because water's wet.
Okay, well, so let's say this. Let's say you throw water in the air.
Yeah.
Is the air wet?
Yes.
No. There's moisture in the air, but the air is not wet. It has to be on a surface that it can stay on for it to be wet.
No, the air's wet wherever the water is.
Yeah, I can tell I'm not changing.
Well, we'll get my brothers on and then we'll have this debate.
Yeah, we'll have a follow-up debate on this one.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
sure, yeah.
And my brothers, they'll get heated.
I believe it. It might turn into a WWE match right
Yeah,
here.
yeah, live.
Yeah, for sure.
Me and you will commentate. By God, King.
Watch out. Cool.
Okay, what's the next one? What's
All right, cool. So this one it was a post that was questioned, what is the most awkward date y'all ever been on? And someone commented saying, he took me to his parents' favorite spot. We saw his mom there feeding strawberries to another man. He was about to confront her, but his dad came out the bathroom and sat with them, and he grabbed the man's hand. That was the night he learned that his parents like to tag team other men. Your face alone, bro.
Oh, man. So yeah, by far worst date.
Oh yeah,
First date.
Most awkward date possible.
Oh my God,
yeah.
dude.
Like, how do you deal with that?
Because he's like, that's romantic. The setting, like, oh, my parents love this place.
Yeah.
My parents, like, they have a great marriage.
I'm about to put the moves on this girl.
That's like proposing to your wife or like your girlfriend, whatever.
Yeah.
Where like your dad proposed to your mom. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
Kind of
yeah.
the same type vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Completely ruined.
Oh yeah. He's never going back to that restaurant.
He's never talking to his parents again.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. Like, imagine being the person he's on the date with, right? She goes like, "Oh, we're gonna go to this restaurant," and then sees his life crushed
In front of her
In front
eyes.
of
This
her.
is a first date.
Yeah.
She barely knows this guy.
Does she stay? Does she get, does she console him and, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or does she just leave?
He's like in the car, like, oh my God.
And like, how do you don't even know how to console somebody with that?
It's okay.
Yeah, maybe it's not like what you think it is. That's not the case.
Yeah, the poor girl. Poor guy.
Oh yeah, poor dude.
But as a girl in that situation, like, yeah, I don't know what you do. You just try to comfort him, console him. Then probably like, so I'll never see you again.
Right? That's a lot of drama for a first date.
Yeah.
you got to ease your way into that kind of thing. That's a lot of
Poor guy though.
Yeah.
I'd be so freaked out if I found that out about like my parents.
Oh,
that
yeah.
They were like
into that kind of
like
thing.
on that episode of Rick and Morty. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Jerry's parents. That's that guy.
And he, like his dad is like, I'm always like in a Superman
In the,
suit.
in the closet. Yeah.
Yeah. Nah,
Oh, dude.
I wouldn't know what to do with that. I'll tell you the truth. I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't either.
The following conversations would be like daunting to me. I wouldn't want to have these conversations. I would ignore it. Maybe
I'd
pretend it never happened.
I don't know. I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, that's rough, dude.
Next time I saw them like at home, I'd be like, "What do you?" I don't even know. Like I'm thinking about, I don't even know what I would say.
Right? Like it's like, so I saw y'all at the restaurant. What's going on? You know, like please tell me y'all were acting. You know what I'm saying? Like there was something going on. But yeah, nah.
That'd be too rough.
Yeah,
it'd take me years to get over that.
Oh, yeah.
I'd move.
I
And
could
then
see them
eventually,
come back
before they die, I'd come back and be like, "I'm sorry I didn't talk to you guys for all these years."
Right.
But like that's just
too much.
it is what it is.
It was just too much. Nah, I feel you on that, bro.
Yeah, that'd be hard to get over.
Yeah. What was your most awkward date
Most awkward date?
that you've been on?
Tell you the truth, I haven't really had bad first dates. I also haven't dated that much.
Okay.
I'm not really the type of guy to be dating and stuff.
Yeah.
Like usually if I date a girl, I'm gonna like date her, like she's gonna be my girlfriend. You know what I mean?
You're gonna try to like court her.
I did go on one date with a girl where it was like kind of just a date, and then that was what it was.
Mhm.
And like we talked after that, but it ended up fizzling out.
Okay.
But it went fine. It went great.
Okay.
It was just more so of like
It just wasn't.
there was a few different things. I don't even know if it really was a date. It was kind of more just hanging out, if anything. But
Yeah.
whatever. Anyway, I will tell you this on the way to that though.
Mhm.
It was so funny. I was like, because I was the one that I was like, oh, we should hang out, you know. And she's like, yeah, I'm down. Immediately after, and this was after I had like broken up with my ex-girlfriend, my first girlfriend.
Mhm.
We've been together for like 2 years or something, but
Mhm.
so this is like my first time kind of getting back in there, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, we should hang out. And she's like, yeah, I'm down. Immediately after, I was like, why did I do that? Like, I was so nervous. I was like,
Yeah.
why did I do that? Now I have to do this thing, and I'm going to be all nervous, and blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I wasn't going to back out, though. So the day comes, and I'm, like, nervous. And she's like, yeah, we're still on. I was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. On my way while I'm driving over there, I'm thinking, so I'm like, oh God, like still so like nervous, and like, oh, I kind of wish I hadn't done this. I wouldn't have to like worry about this. I could be home, just hanging out, whatever.
Yeah.
And on the way over there, I saw there was a car accident, and I was like, oh shit. And then I was like, man, can you imagine if that was like the girl that I'm gonna hang out with? I was like, because this is like kind of like close to where we're meeting up. Like, yeah, I was like, I started thinking, I was like that. There's a chance that it could be. Like, I don't think it is. Like, I didn't think it was. I was like, there's a very realistic chance that could have been her that got in the car accident.
Yeah.
And then I was just thinking, I was like, oh my God, like, can you imagine?
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, I'd be so relieved.
You sound so relieved. So she cancels, got into some car trouble or something, you know, and you're like,
I get it.
You're like, but you're like, okay, cool. And then you're like, thank God.
Yeah.
I can go home. Dang, dude.
But yeah, no, we ended up hanging out and it went really great. It was fun, but like I said, I don't even know if that was like a date. It was more so just us hanging out. We didn't say it was like, oh, you want to go out. It was like
Just
we should
chilling.
hang out, and it was more that than anything. But
Okay. Cool.
yeah, what about you?
Ooh, so the most awkward date. I have a really bad date, and I have had like a really awkward date. So I was on this date with I forgot which school she went to. It was a New York school. And she was pretty cool. She seemed pretty cool because we were texting and whatnot at first. I met her in like at a rally or something like that, or a basketball game. Damn, I don't even remember. Anyway, I met her at a basketball and a rally, and we were texting for a bit, and then we were like, yo, let's go out for dinner and whatnot. And she was like, yeah, let's do it. So when we got to the restaurant to to meet up and whatnot, I was sitting there. She was a little late, which is fine. I wasn't tripping about it. So I got some water. I was chilling. I was on my phone, and she comes in, and it's like she forgot what I looked like. So she was like looking for me. I'm like, oh, I'm like right here. And she walked up. She's like, Well, she didn't say but she like kind of paused, and I was like, okay, that's weird. But yeah, like, what's up? And she's like, hey, how's it been? And we're talking. And at one point, she tried to make a joke, and it wasn't funny, right? So I do my, ha ha ha, like my fake laugh, whatever. And then she never spoke again for the rest of the night.
What?
Yeah. She was like, I was like, oh, okay. Well, she still spoke, but she was giving like one-worded responses.
Being short and like
yeah,
weird.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, cool. So like, like what else? Like, tell me about your life, your family, whatever. And she's like, oh, it's all right. I'm like, what you mean it's all right? Tell me about it. Like, what are you talking about? And I don't know, it's because I didn't laugh at her joke the way she probably wanted me to or something, but she stopped talking for like the rest of that day. And I was like, clearly this isn't going to work. So like halfway through us eating, like I kind of scarfed my food down. And I was like, cool.
I'm just really hungry.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm just trying to dip out at this point. I don't want to be here because it was like really awkward because like she wasn't giving me no pushback. There was no back and forth of conversation, and like it's like she turned shy in a sense, And I was like, dang, maybe I should have laughed harder at that joke or something. But I don't care anymore, of course. But at the time, it's like, damn. That
Did
joke
I mess up by
yeah,
not-
like that just ruined that because I didn't laugh hard enough. Like she wasn't funny. Like I'm sorry.
You can't help that.
Yeah, like so it was really awkward for a bit. Like, and then she like I was waiting for her to kind of finish so I can pay and then like we dip because I usually pay for dates, whatever. So like by the time like the waiter came back, oh everything's good. I'm like, yeah, can I get the check? She was still eating kind of. So I was just like, yeah, no, don't worry, take your time. Like I'm in a rush. I was still, I was like, yeah, you can still eat. But when the waitress came back, gave me the check, so I was just filling out. She's like, I'll just get a to-go plate. And I'm like, all right, cool, thank God. Yeah, that was really awkward. Like, it was fine at first, and then it just died.
It just sounds like it was just a whole like awkward. Yeah, like awkward.
Yeah, it was
like,
awkward. It was just weird.
Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah,
it's hard to talk to someone who doesn't give you much
to
back.
Yeah, there's no threads to pull on.
Yeah.
And I was asking like, can I generic questions? Some of them were like, oh, what's your favorite color? Blah, blah, blah. Me with the colors. I do my colors. But even then I was asking like really good questions like, oh, so you're in school. I think she was in school for like engineering too. Dang. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, what do you want to do with that? And she wasn't giving me much. And I'm like,
yeah,
that's kind of like a good segue question for like your life, but yeah. So that was a really awkward one for me.
Maybe she was self-conscious.
I think
joke did.
Yeah,
like you can't be that self-conscious, bro.
Yeah, because if
everyone says jokes that don't hit, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, you just move on.
Yeah, I don't think she could have handled the fact that I didn't think she was that funny.
Yeah,
and that sucked because she was cool. She seemed cool at least. But
have you ever been on like dating apps?
Yeah, I have. I've been on Tinder. I don't like Tinder that much.
I've never been on any dating app.
Cool.
You're not
missing out.
I'm not. Myself personally, I don't care if anyone else is like on dating apps. Like, I think it's a cool way for people to meet, whatever. But me personally, I would never get on a dating app.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of old school. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
I've always been like a hopeless romantic type guy.
Gotcha.
So I feel like on dating apps, like everyone's there for the same reason.
Yeah.
Maybe not exactly the same reason, but everyone knows why they're there.
Yeah.
To either meet someone and date or hook up or whatever.
Yeah.
That's just not. I prefer more organic. So like I prefer meeting someone, becoming friends, and then like falling in love.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what happened with my girlfriend. We already knew each other. We had been friends, but like it was organic. You know what I mean? Like we had kept hanging out in the same friend group, and then eventually we hung out together. And like, it was dope. You know what I mean? So that's why I would never get on a date app because you're there. Like it's just not.
There's a pressure of like intention with that.
You're there to date. Like everyone knows that, so it's not like it's natural or like you're not really.
I get that.
I mean, you guys, you are falling in love, but like with a head start almost.
Yeah, like the story of how it happened won't be
It won't be
as beautiful as like the organic way. I get what you're saying. Like me and my girlfriend, we were friends in high school. We were best friends, and we parted ways, did our own lives, and then we kind of came back, and things started forming from there. So I do get what you mean as far as the organic feel thing, because it is better that way.
It is.
Fun fact for those out there: half the men on the planet are hopeless romantics. Just so y'all know, because there is a stigma that men don't care about romance, and it's a really big thing. But they're like at least half men are like hopeless romantics. It's just that we get really picky. But yeah, that's something else.
Yeah.
Also in the book.
People, I've told you this before, people like that saying, men are just dogs. I don't understand that saying.
It's false, bro.
Because I'm like, dogs are cool as fuck. And not only that, but like they're the most loyal animals.
Are they though?
They are.
I don't know.
Man's best friend. They're like laying by his grave, all sad, crying. I'm like, damn.
That's okay. I could I guess so. But like anyone that pets a dog though, that dog is loving.
Okay.
And I think that's where that came from. As far as like men will have sex with anybody, and that's pretty much true. Sex is not like
okay. I guess I get that. But
yeah, we'll have sex with any woman for the most part.
There's two sayings that I don't understand. It's that one, men are dogs. I'm like, dogs are fucking sick. Like, okay. The other saying is like, oh, I slept like a baby. I'm like, babies sleep horrible. They're up all throughout the night crying.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I know the saying I think is meant to be like when they are asleep that they're crashed.
Yeah. But like they don't sleep. No, that's facts. Slept like a baby.
I've told you that before, I think.
Yeah, I remember telling me that. When you were saying dogs are men's best friend, that's a fact, low key. There's this saying where like the three things that are loved unconditionally are babies, pets, and women. Okay. Unconditionally. And like for men it's like conditional love. As long as we provide something. It sucks that that's the case. Hopefully that changes. We can be loved for who we are. And there are people that will love us for who we are. But usually like it's our mom. That's why you get like a lot of mama's boys, right? Because like
moms with like bum ass sons, and
right? Yeah, I just love like they be the trashiest dudes. Like they can murder a person, and then mom's like still gonna be like, nah, not my baby.
It's unconditional.
Oh yeah, it's unconditional. Like no matter what the case is, that mom is loving them. That's why like there's a lot of mama's boys.
Yeah, that's true.
But like any other woman after that, there's a condition to it, and unfortunately, that is something that a lot of men struggle with.
So it's like, say, there's a couple or something, and the guy, like you said, kills someone. Yeah. That girl's gonna be like, ooh,
maybe I shouldn't be with this guy.
But rightfully so.
Yeah, obviously, right? Like, but it also depends on who they kill and how they kill, right? So, like, gangsters, right? People that are like in gangs. You kill another man, most women won't mind that, but the moment you kill another woman, it's a wrap, right? Because now you can kill a woman, now you can kill me. Her safety is now in jeopardy, right? Women love the safety of being in a relationship, right? Financial safety, emotional safety. Physical safety, just safety in general. So if they don't feel safe in a relationship, they will leave, right? So part of that condition is making sure that they feel safe. If the moment they don't feel safe, they don't love you anymore, right? Because now they don't feel like they can trust you. It goes into a lot of things. Yeah. But like moms are the only thing that will love a son regardless of how they are, no matter how they treat them.
That's crazy.
And yeah, that's why there's a lot of mama's boys.
Yeah.
that's why like the first thing, like a lot of guys when they become rich, they retire their mom. That's the first thing they take care of.
Yeah.
So that's something
that's crazy. Like, I've never really thought about that. Yeah, man. As far as like how much a mom will love a son no matter what.
Oh yeah, no matter what. Like there are moms that are like, there's some moms that are good, there's some bad moms out there, which is fair. Like some moms shouldn't. Yeah.
That's the case for anything and everything though.
But for the most part, a mom will love their child, especially their son is like unconditionally, no matter what the case. Like even if they're mad at you and they hate you as a person, they'll still love you because you're their son. And like there's no other thing to it.
Yeah. Are you a mama's boy?
Not really. I do love my mom a lot. Like I'll take care of her for the rest of my life, but I wouldn't say I'm a mama's boy.
I'm not a mama's boy either. Again, not, like you said, I love my mom,
but I'm not attached. Like
I met mama's boys, and I'm not a mama's boy. If anything, like I think I'm more of like a dad's son or whatever. Yeah. As far as like, I don't know,
a little slugger.
yeah, that type of stuff. You know what I mean? I love my mom. I love both my parents, but like my older brother Gabe, like him and my mom are super close. Yeah. Like I'm not as close with my mom as my older brother Gabe is. Like he calls her every day, and like that's on me, more on me than anything else. Yeah. I see her every day, and I still talk to her. I talk to her obviously, but like when I was in college, I wasn't really calling back home that much. Yeah. Whereas my older brother Gabe calls every day. Yeah. And that's dope. But like me and my dad have always just, and we're not like super close, like as far as like I'm not like, you know what I mean? It's hard to explain.
You're not like attached.
I wouldn't say I'm either. I wouldn't say I'm a mama's boy or a dad.
No, like
I don't even know what the other saying is. What is it? Daddy's boy.
Daddy, right? Well, usually
Daddy's boy.
Well, it's usually mama's boy and daddy's little girl, right?
Okay, so I guess I'm daddy's little girl.
But
yeah, no, I wouldn't say I'm either. I'd say
you don't have like
I'm close. I'm close with both of them.
Yeah,
so,
but you don't have like a crazy attachment to it. Like, it's just like they're your parents and you love them dearly, but not like I can't be away from them kind of thing. Yeah. like I'm not a mama's boy at all, but I'm halfway across the country. You know what I'm saying? Most mama's boys aren't leaving the block. You know, you know, like yeah. So,
my mom's great though. Like honestly, my mom. It's kind of the same thing, the unconditional love stuff. She'll support me in anything.
Yeah.
Like, and she'll be my number one supporter in anything. Like, I'm sure when this podcast drops, she'll be posting it like on her Facebook. Like, you know what I mean? She's supportive. She'll always be my number one supporter, and that's super dope.
And that's usually how like moms are. They're the yes you can. They're the the nurturing one, right? So like if you were to fall and you kept falling over and over again, your mom would be like, oh, it's okay, like be careful, and if you keep falling, that's it. But your dad's gonna be like, stop falling.
Tough
you know
love.
what I'm saying? Like that's tough love. He's like, why'd you fall in the first place? Or like, if you keep falling, I'm gonna beat you. You know what I'm saying? Like stop falling. You know, like so moms are usually the cheerleader, and the dads are like the coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I feel my parents, I don't know what they did, but I feel like I want to replicate their parenting and how they raised us, me and my siblings, for my kids. Because I feel like, I don't know, they did such a great job. I feel like I feel like we all have like a good head on our shoulders. Our morals are like good. Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, that's facts.
Very personal. Like I feel like they did a great job, and I'm like hoping when I have kids that I can replicate what they did. Yeah. But I don't know how. You know what I mean? So I feel like it'll be natural. Like I'm not like scared, but I'm more like thinking about it. I'm like, okay, well, if my kid was in this situation, what would my parents have done? That kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. And what will likely happen is that you'll just repeat what you want to have for you, you know? So like the idea of like breaking generational curses is the fact that what you're taught growing up is what you'll teach. Yeah. Right. So then if it's bad, then you got to break that. But if it's good, then you'll want to continue that. But I think a lot of it is the fact that you had a lot of social contact as a child with other parts of your family, because you have a big family. So like, you know how to say like it takes a village to raise a child. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, right. To 100%. Make them completely well-rounded, to make them like understand social cues, to understand like other people's perspectives. Like that's the best way to do it. Having a lot of people in contact with that child at a young age, so they know how to maneuver. But like nowadays, like a lot of people are either single parents or like they're isolated from the rest of their family, and that causes them to be like low-key more selfish in a way, and also causes them to be like not as adept to like life situations. Yeah, different situations, you know. And that plays a huge factor. Yeah. Like even like me, like my family is huge. Like I have 200 cousins. Like, so you know what I'm saying? So like I'm always meeting new people, and I always got to learn how to deal with those new people all the time, even from a young age. Like I got people that I won't even see again ever. But they're like, you're my cousin and we're family and I'm going to protect you. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then I'll never see them again. So like, there's a lot of things that go into that. Yeah. And it does take a village to raise a child.
I agree with that.
That's the best way to do it, at least. I mean, there's different parenting styles, but I think the best and the easiest way to build a well-rounded like person is to have them exposed to like
a lot of people,
a lot of personalities with a sense of we're together in this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because if you expose them to people that are like not here for you, bad influences, and then like they get into that, like that's why like school is a big thing too, because there's a lot of different personalities.
But even like you have to teach them when they come in contact with maybe a bad influence. You have to teach them
how to like maneuver around that, right? That's why like a lot of homeschool children, when they get into the real world, they're like awkward or they're like
just weird.
Right. There's weird, but like that's because they just don't have that kind of social like exposure. Yeah. You know, even like private schools versus like public schools. Private schools, they're kind of the same people, whereas public schools you get everyone, all different lifestyles, like everything. You know, so you learn like people that go to public schools are more well-rounded as far as like social stuff, as opposed to those that go to like private schools. They're more adept to their social environment, you know. So that's something that I think you'll do fine as long as you keep that mentality of like
Village.
of the village. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like telling my brothers, you guys gotta have a lot of kids, man.
Yeah.
I need my kids to have some cousins.
Right, I need some friends. No, that's facts.
But yeah, my parents are great. I love my parents.
Oh yeah.
I want to talk to you about something else that I saw.
Yeah, sure.
That I just remembered actually.
Okay.
So I saw a video and I was gonna send it to you. It was on Facebook.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, you're on Facebook. Yes, I get on Facebook sometimes.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
some
on
good
Facebook
memes
too.
on
I'm
there
Facebook
sometimes.
too,
Yeah. People are like, it's for old people. I'm like, will you shut up?
Man,
You know.
we're the old people now. That's slowly what's happening.
But anyway, I saw a video. It was like some, I don't know if he's like an internet personality. He must be, but like some black dude, and it just randomly popped up. No one shared it. No one commented. It's just like random in my
on your
feed.
feed, yeah.
And it was like 5 things to know when you visit New Mexico.
Mhm.
It was like some guy, and he was saying, so I'll go through some of them with you. And I was gonna send it to you, but I didn't. Number 1, he said that New Mexico is mad diverse.
Mad diverse.
He said it's like super diverse, and I was like, that's interesting because I've always thought New Mexico is like not being, like we've said before, there's not that many black people here.
It's very accepting of diversity. I'll tell you that.
But then he started saying, he's like, you see white people, Native Americans, Black Americans, Asian Americans. I was like, that's kind of true because Native Americans aren't ever in the world.
Yeah,
there's a bunch of them here.
Yeah.
So for someone from outside of here, seeing like,
Yeah.
I could see it.
Okay.
And I kind of agree that I've met a lot of different races, ethnicities out here.
Yeah, especially
When
like
I think about it,
especially in Albuquerque. Yeah.
yeah.
Santa Fe's a little.
Santa Fe's. It's
less.
mostly Albuquerque, but yeah.
But that's what Albuquerque is, the city of like New Mexico. Like they're the biggest city, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Especially the college life there. That's probably where a lot of it is. Because I met the most black people I've met were just me going down
Around
like,
UNM.
around UNM, Knob Hill. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Right? While I was like getting food, I met like a black dude. And he's like, "Oh, black dudes had that.
What's
that
up, brother?
Yeah, it's like,
No,
"Oh
I'm
snap!" Like it's like that little surprise. You get surprised. Oh snap! There's another one. Yeah. So I've had those moments. I will tell you this. Me and my girlfriend, we looked up like the most safest states for like black people and like for like inclusion and whatnot. And I think New Mexico is like number 2 or 3 in the country for like the least racist, which is really interesting because I thought that might be like a little opposite, but no, it was like the top 5.
I could see it.
Sure.
I could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So then the next thing was like, he's like, you need a new condiment. They have something here called green chili.
Oh yeah, green chili. Yeah.
So then he was talking about green
Staple.
chili and just the food in general, how good it is. He's like,
Yeah.
the best, blah, blah, blah. It's like, that's a fact.
Green. Oh dang, I didn't get your food today.
Yes.
Dang. All right, next episode we gotta get Thomas some food to open his palate because all he eats is New Mexican food. But no, green chili is fire. I will miss that once I leave.
Yeah.
Whatever I do, I will miss the green chili. That's definitely fire.
And then the next thing he said was like, the altitude. I haven't been able to breathe since I got here. Which is crazy to me because I've lived here my whole life. So I'm like,
You're used to that.
I've never noticed altitude.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. I've been to New Mexico once before I came out here. I was in the ROTC back in Jersey, and we came to New Mexico to camp. A few others will attest to this. I pretty much passed out while hiking up here because of the altitude sickness. So like it was like me and I think like it was me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other guys, and then like my sergeant, and then the Boy Scout leader. So it was like 8 of us or whatever.
Yeah.
And we were hiking up pretty high. Like we did a whole trail, so we were camping. Like so we would hike the whole day and camp, and then the next day we'd hike, and we did this for like a week.
Yeah.
No, 2 weeks. Sorry, we did this for 2 weeks.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. Hated it.
Sounds rough.
It was awful.
Dude.
It was awful. We had one shower in between those 2 weeks, bro.
Oh
And
my God.
I stunk like I hated it, bro. Yeah, and so did all the other campers. Like I stunk the worst.
Everyone just stinks.
Everyone stunk, but I think I stunk the worst. And that's what sucked even more, man. But but I've been out here before, and that elevation sickness is no joke. If you're not from here, you will get lightheaded especially if you're doing a lot of activities. Like if you like stay here and like do small stuff for like a week or two, then you'll be fine. But if you're out here to like work out, like athletes do that, right? They go to high elevations.
Olympians will come here to train.
Yeah, to train, exactly.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, because that it will thin out their blood, and then like their oxygen intake is much better. And then when they go back to the regular altitudes, they're like
easy
breathing. Like
me and my cousin did a basketball camp in California one summer.
Oh yeah.
So we would be like, everyone had like camp shirts. They were like gray, and so my cousin's whole shirt soaked in sweat. Yeah. And I had a little bit of sweat. I don't really sweat that much, to tell you the truth. But like,
you're lucky, man.
He was soaked in sweat. Like, you know, I was sweaty a little bit. We weren't breathing hard at all.
I believe it.
Like everyone was like, and we were like,
yeah.
Like, we're fine. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like my cousin, like I said, his whole shirt was soaked in sweat, and he's like, I'm not even tired. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
You know I mean?
that oxygen intake is different for you guys for sure. Yeah. Like even the most out of shape person here, if they go to like sea level, they'll breathe fine after like a couple of jogs. I mean, they're out of shape, so it won't be a different. It'll be, you know, other factors, but the oxygen intake will be.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah. Next thing he said was, that it's beautiful, obviously. Oh, yeah. We know that. He's just talking about how beautiful it was. And then the fifth thing he said was like, I don't think people who live here appreciate how great it is to live here. That's what he said. Okay. Which is fully true. Yeah. Most New Mexicans' goal is to leave New Mexico, which I get.
That is false.
It's
false, bro.
No, I know where you're going with this, where like they won't leave. Yeah. But it is their goal. I've seen people post, and it pisses me off. Yeah. I've seen posts like, all the things to do in New Mexico. 1, leave. And I'm like, well then leave. Gotcha. What's holding you back? People complain so much, like native New Mexicans. Yeah. Oh, I hate it here. I just want to move. Okay, then go. Like, stop complaining and do it. Like, make it a reality. You know what I mean?
So they'll want to go, but they never will.
Exactly.
Maybe that's what it is, because I've met a lot of New Mexicans that rep New Mexico hard. Like the Zia tattoos all over.
Everyone who has a tattoo in New Mexico has at least one Zia.
They're not going nowhere, right? And it get to a point where like me and my girlfriend were like, yo, they don't want to travel or nothing. Like they don't want to see the rest of the world, and people are content with being here, man. Which is very interesting. But maybe they want to go, but they just don't have like the drive. Just don't do it. Yeah, not the drive to go. Man, that's what it is. But that's facts.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. One thing that happened when I first got out here, I'm Muslim, so I don't eat pork. Yeah. Right. And I don't drink. Yeah. Right. I don't intake an alcohol. So every time I tell somebody that, they tell me like I'm in the wrong state. Yeah. Because drinking's a big thing out here, and then almost everything has pork in it, right? Like even like the regular tamales you guys get are like pork. You know, so I can't even eat that. I gotta like specify to not have that kind of thing. So it cracks me up when I'm like, dang, y'all really just eat pork. Yeah, man.
Yeah, people drink out here like crazy.
Crazy, bro.
I don't drink either.
It's part of the conversations that people just have. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the bar. I'm like, cool. And then they like,
I was so drunk
like,
last night.
Every conversation is like that. It's like, wow, man, y'all get down. Yeah, every day.
I don't drink. I mean, I will drink only if I'm being severely peer pressured. Then I'll like have one beer and I'll just kind of hold on to it the whole time. That way people stop bugging me.
Gotcha.
But if it's my choice, I don't drink. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
And mine's not like a religion thing or anything. Mine's more of, I just don't like it. I don't like it.
You like being in control of your mindset.
I like being in control. Yeah. I've seen too many people drunk when I was a kid that I think it set in my mind like I don't want to be like that. Yeah. So I think that's where mine comes from. Yeah.
Part of that's for me too.
So I think it's dope that you also don't drink. Yeah. I think that's dope. My girlfriend doesn't drink, which is fucking awesome. Yeah. So I feel like I'm surrounding myself with good people. Not that drinking, like if you drink, like I don't care. Yeah. Like have fun. I'm really close with a lot of people who do drink. Yeah. But it's just cool that like I'm also have a lot of friends that don't. Yeah. Because then we can relate on that. Or if we're out ever, like we'll both be sober and not like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of times it sucks when I go to like college parties and I like literally be the only one sober. Like literally the only one sober. Everyone is drunk or like high or something, and I'm like, cool. I'll laugh at them when they do stupid stuff. So I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, make fun of them a little bit.
I have a good time, but like I end up being always the DD. You know what I'm saying? I'm always the one that got like take care of everyone, which kind of sucked for a bit. But I don't mind it.
I told you this story. There's a lot more that goes in the story, but I'll just tell you this part.
Yeah.
Like when I was in college, we went out one time with, and this is people I didn't even know. Like I knew a few of them, and then it was like meeting up with people I didn't know.
Yeah.
And anyway, they were all drinking except me.
Yeah.
And so I had to be the DD.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another thing about me. I didn't get my license till last year when I was 24.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And I have a reputation for being a bad driver. Not that I am. I'm a good driver now.
Yeah.
But like, there's a whole thing that goes into it. I had a bad driving experience one of my first times driving, where like I almost flipped the truck with like my family.
Damn. Okay.
I can tell you that story afterwards. But so like it kind of scarred me, and I was afraid to drive after that. So I just didn't.
Yeah.
So I went all through high school not having a license or a car. Anyway, and I had this reputation for being like a bad driver. Anyway, so this is my freshman year in college.
Yeah.
Everyone's drinking except me, and then we're going back to like this one guy's house.
Mm-hmm.
And he has this truck, and he's like, he gives me the keys to his truck, and he's like, look, bro. He's like, this truck is my baby. Because I love this truck.
Oh, yeah. People love the trucks.
And he's like, I don't let anyone drive this. No one.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to let you because I trust you.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, you don't know me at all, then.
Yeah.
It's very obviously that we just met tonight, because anyone who does know me would never give me the keys to their precious truck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It was so funny. And also, like, I hadn't driven on the highway at that point, and we had to go on the highway to get to his house.
Dude.
I was just winging it, like, yo. It was crazy.
That's wild.
It was funny.
That's. I don't know if I should trust you with my car.
No, I'm a good driver now.
No, I believe it. I've seen you drive.
You want to know why? I'll tell you the story of why I got scarred from driving.
Okay.
So I'm taking driver's ed.
Yeah.
With my friends, which I shouldn't have done that.
Big mistake. Okay.
Anyway, so my dad's like, "Oh, I'll take you driving." I was like, "For sure." So he took me by like where one of my uncles lives.
Yeah.
It's like back roads, called Rabbit Road. It's like back roads. Good place to learn how to drive. So it's me driving, my dad in the passenger seat. Then it's my two younger brothers and my younger cousin Kella. They're all in the back seat of this truck.
Yeah.
My dad's truck. So I'm driving, and I'm telling you, I'm killing it.
Yeah.
The whole time. Just killing it. Like A+. And then we get to this one point, and I'm like driving, and my dad's like, "Oh, I kind of wanted you to turn there, but we're kind of passing the turn." In my head,
you can still make it.
in my head, I'm like, okay, like I don't want to go anywhere where I'm not ready for it. You know what I mean? Where there's gonna be a bunch of traffic. Like in my head, I'm thinking like, oh shit, like if you want me to turn there, I don't want to go somewhere where like it's gonna be too difficult.
Yeah.
We're going like 35. Okay. Keep this in mind.
Okay.
So that's what's going on in my head. I see another car coming from this way towards, and I'm like, fuck it. So I just yank the wheel.
Damn.
And we do like a 90-degree turn pretty much, going 35. And I'm pressing the gas for some reason. I'm accelerating into the turn. So 35 accelerating into like 40, dude. Jeez, 90-degree. We're on like two wheels. I'm not even kidding.
Damn, dude.
And I'm just holding the wheel. And my dad's yelling, "What are you doing?" Everyone in the backseat just like, "Ah!" And I'm just like, ugh. And then we don't die. We're lucky with the truck that it didn't flip. I think it's because there's people in it that it didn't flip.
It kept
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it was crazy. And my dad like yelled at me, made me pull over, and got out.
Yeah.
I was scarred after that.
Well, yeah, I'd be too, man.
And that's why I like. I finished the driver's ed class, but I never did like the driving with the instructor.
Okay.
So I was just too scared.
I mean, yeah, no, that would traumatize me too. I've never gone on two wheels, so like, I would even want to.
Yeah. So that was my driving story.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. And then after that, I just like didn't drive for like a long time, so I wasn't very good at it. Then I started driving around town a lot and like doing that kind of stuff, and I got good, but I still didn't have a license.
Yeah. So
then eventually I got my license.
Gotcha.
My uncle is a driver's ed teacher, so he helped me out big time.
Nice.
Yeah, so I got it, and it was sick.
I never did lessons.
Okay.
So for me driving, it was me and some old friends that I don't want to hang out with, but it was me and my brother, these two friends that lived across the hall from us, and then my cousin. Yeah. So the first time we ever like try to drive, we try to like kind of sneak the car out, kind of. We were in the garage. Like, it was like we lived in an apartment building, so it was like a garage full of cars. So I got in the car, turned it on. I went into drive mode, right? Put it in drive.
Yeah.
I like, you know how like SpongeBob floors is. Yeah, like that's kind of what I did.
Lead foot is what they call it.
Yeah, lead foot, right? It wasn't even like lead foot. I just didn't know how to use the pedals.
How it worked. Yeah,
right. So I just pressed on it, and the car jumped forward, and I immediately stepped on the brake. We slammed. Everyone got like whiplash. Yeah, and then like I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put it in park. I left it like that. So it's like all the cars are like even, and our car's like jutting out. So I get my sister to like come because she started driving before me. So I told her, like, listen, come put the car back. And then the second time I started like trying to drive, I was doing okay. Cause I kind of got the idea of like the pedals.
Yeah.
And I was so focused on like keeping this car straight, and like my mind was like running. It took me 2 minutes to realize I was on the wrong side of the road.
Oh my God.
On the wrong side of the road. And I was like, yo, what is happening? Because like I was like, I'm looking everywhere. I'm like, what I look like? I'm like, there's a light there. There's people, blah, blah, blah. I'm on the wrong side of the road. And people are like screaming at my car.
Flashing their lights too.
No. There was no cars coming in, luckily. But it was just pedestrians. And they're like, yo, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh my God. So I get back on the right side. And then like, I'm shaking at this point because I'm like terrified.
Scared.
So then like, I just do one lap around like the apartment building like block, and I was like, you know what, I'm going back in. I just stopped. After that,
it's just practice, really.
Yeah, the more you do it, the better.
Getting used to it.
Yeah, the more you do it, better.
When you first start, it is scary.
Oh yeah, terrifying. So that was nerve wracking. After that, I went and did my test.
Oh really?
Yeah, that was it. I failed the first time.
I guess it's different than out there because here you have to take driver's ed.
Oh no, I have. Oh, sorry. So I had driver's ed in high school.
Okay.
So that was part of a class. So I got the little ticket thing.
That's weird to me too.
You guys don't do that.
I mean, you take it when you're in high school, but it's a whole separate. It's not at school. It's its own thing.
Well, yeah, the test was done at school, but the driving test, like the driver was at the DMV.
No. I'm telling you, driver's ed for us is a whole different
process.
You're not like enrolled because you're in school. You have to enroll. Your parents have to enroll you or whatever separately. Okay. It's not like something you do at school.
Gotcha.
Like if I didn't want to take it, then I don't have to. You know what I mean?
Well, man, yeah, but you had the option to not do it, but like it was an option for us to like.
Yeah, but like yours was like sounds like it was like at your high school or whatever.
It was at the high school.
Yeah, ours was like it's a separate thing. That's pretty. High school has nothing to do with
the driver's
license or anything.
Yeah, no, it was at the high school. Like we had like gym, health, and then driver's ed.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, yeah. But the first time I got my license, I took the test. I failed because I didn't turn enough. So for those of you that don't know, if you are in Jersey and you do your driver's license in like Newark, they're the hardest graders.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like people that do get their license in Newark, y'all great drivers. I'll trust y'all with my life. You know what I'm saying? So like the first time I didn't turn my head enough to check my blind spot, even though I did, but the driver's like, you didn't do it, and I failed just because of that. The second time around, I was like exaggerating every single turn. Like you would thought like I was like paranoid. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I got my license then. But like they play no joke in Newark. Yeah.
So my dad. So I took driver's ed. I didn't do the driving with the instructor for like a year. A year later, my dad's like, "Dude, we paid for the class. Like, you have to do this."
Yeah.
Like, so he forced me. So he took me. I finally scheduled time with the instructor. So I'm doing like in the car with him, all nervous as hell.
Yeah.
And I'm like doing the like lead foot thing. You know what I mean? Like accelerating too fast and braking too hard.
Yeah.
So just like constant whiplash. So he told me, he's like, "Here, just pull into this spot." So we pull into like an Albertsons parking lot.
Okay.
Spot.
Yeah.
Like a random spot.
Yeah.
Put it in park. So I put it in park, and he's like, "Okay, now just close your eyes and just gently press the gas."
Uh-huh.
So I'm there in the Albertsons parking lot, just like, woo, 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 with my eyes closed.
Yeah.
Woo, oh yeah, there you go, nice. Woo, woo. Whole time I'm thinking like, what the hell am I doing? This is so embarrassing, dude. You know, there's people that someone's like got in their car next to me, like looking like, what the hell?
Like, why are they renting the car?
Yeah. It was awful, man.
Yeah, no. I didn't even want to get my license at first. My dad was like, "Nah, you're going to," because here's the thing about like Senegal. I mean, it might just be like all black families, but for Senegalese families for sure, the moment you get your license, you're the errand boy.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, that's every family.
Okay,
Yeah, don't worry.
Cool. That might just be every family. But like I was not trying to be that guy.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want to do this, but my dad forced me to, and I became the errand boy
For everyone and everything.
Everyone and everything, right? So like within like you know you get your license, you're like hyped. Yeah, I can drive. Blah blah. That thing only lasted like a week for me.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't want to drive after like a week, and I'm like, bruh.
Go to the store. We need.
Yeah, and my mom forgets everything. Like
Yeah.
she'll like say me, oh, go get this for dinner, and then she'll like, oh wait, go back, I forgot this, and I'm like, I just came back, and I'll go back, and then she'll like, you're gonna kill me. I'm sorry, go back. I'm like, bruh, like
I can't stand when I get sent to the store.
Yeah,
I'm already bugged. Like, oh, whatever. So I'm there at the store. I get a phone call. Hello. Dude, I forgot. Can you also get this and this and this? I'm like, dude. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I'm
then I
right
get a
here.
text from them 10 minutes later. I also forgot this. Grab some of these. I'm like, dude.
that's facts. That's absolute facts. In Jersey we have like your things is Albertsons and Smiths out here.
Smiths, yeah.
Well, we have Albertsons out there too.
Smiths is like ours.
Your big thing.
Yeah.
For us it was like ShopRite. That's what
Okay.
we have a thing called ShopRite. I'd be in ShopRite 4 times a day.
Dude, no, yeah.
4 times a day, dude. Like,
Me and my brothers too during COVID, we
Yeah.
went to Smith's multiple times, almost every day.
Listen, I lived in ShopRite. Like I knew where everything was.
Yeah.
I knew all the aisles,
employees.
the employees. You know what I'm saying? Like it got to a point where I knew the prices beforehand. So my mom like, I needed this. I'm like, I need like $40. You know, like it just got to that point. Like I was in ShopRite all the time. It got to a point where it became a fun trip for me now. I had to make it fun. So I was like, all right, cool. Pop, you want to go with me? Like Pop's my brother. So I'm like, yeah, you want to go with me? Like, I guess, yeah. Or I'm like,
That's what I do.
yeah, gotta make it fun.
I try to make it fun. So I'll take my brothers with me.
Yeah.
Or I don't like, tell you the truth, I don't really like doing stuff like that alone.
Yeah.
Because I'll get bored.
Yeah.
I prefer to be entertained while I'm doing it. So I'll take my brothers with me because I know they're going to entertain me just being themselves.
It depends on who I'm with, right? So you need the right people. Because if I'm with like certain cousins, they'll drain me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like other cousins will crack me up the whole time, you
Yeah.
know, or like we'll talk the whole time or something, you know, and that'll just make things a lot easier. But like it's like if I go with my dad, it's dreadful, right? Because so kind of how you see how like I just start talking in lessons sometimes.
Yeah.
That's how my dad is,
Yeah.
right? He kind of put that in me. So
It's
like
like
every
you senior.
yeah, pretty much, right? So he'll turn everything to a lesson. So if I like dropped something, here's why you dropped it. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right,
I don't
cool.
need this right
yeah,
now.
like I just let it be. So I always gotta like stop myself from doing that to everyone.
See the way you're holding the
Yeah,
bananas.
right, exactly. You should hold it this way. That way, you know the gravity. Blah, blah, blah. He's like that. So like.
That's funny.
Or like when he's talking to the cashier and like he makes the cashier laugh or something, he's like, "This is why I did that," you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Okay, cool." I learned a lot from it, yeah, because stuff definitely got retained, but like it was no longer fun. It
That's
was
pretty funny, yeah.
Yeah, it just turned into like a lesson.
Everything's a lesson.
Everything's a lesson. That's how my dad is, which is good. You know, I needed that.
Yeah, that is good.
Without that structure, bro, I would have been a mess. For sure, bro.
You can ask anyone in my family though. Anytime I do anything, I'll take someone with me. Unless there's absolutely no one, then I'll do it by myself.
Yeah.
But if there's some people to take with me,
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah, I'll go alone sometimes just for the peace and quiet.
Okay.
Like I'll have headphones in and I'll just shop and I'll just zone out and I'm like mental. Like,
I'm very much. I
clearance.
love being with people.
Yeah.
Not like I'm not the type of person like, oh, I just need to be around anyone. Like
Yeah.
it has to be people that I enjoy their
Yeah,
company.
yeah. It depends on the company. Yeah, it's a company.
Like there's some people I'd rather be alone than do anything.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But like
for sure.
if it's my brothers or like my cousins, like for sure.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather have them there with me than
Yeah.
be alone.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
that's kind of
I'm with that. I'm like that with my brother and sister too. Like I have a lot of videos of us just in the car going to ShopRite.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
just going to ShopRite. There's like billions of videos. Like, and it's not even like some things are just stupid. Like I'm just like ha ha ha. You know, like just laughing. Or yeah, just in their face for no reason. You know. It's,
Get that out of my
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I always take me. My brother Michael's make me laugh the other day because he was like, "Oh, great, what's next?" He's all being around you is like an adventure all the time.
Oh yeah,
He's
things
all-
always happen.
He's all, it's like the adventures of T. Whenever we're with you, because we're always just randomly. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna stop at the store real quick. Oh, I need to do this. Will you guys come with me? He's like, he's
Yeah.
making me laugh. It's
Nah,
true.
it's
I always bring them with me to do like anything and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. Man. Yeah, I had a friend like that. We were pretty close. Like we did everything together.
Yeah.
To the point where like it'll be like the middle of the night and my mom needs me to go to shop. Shop used to be 24 hours. So like in the middle of the night, I'm like, hey, listen, let's get
Getting him
some
up.
she'd be like, let's get some stuff ready for like tomorrow. I'm like, all right. I'll hit him up like, yo, you awake, bro? He's like, I wasn't. And I'm like, all right, cool. You want to go to the store? He's like, yeah. And then we'll just go to the store, you know.
That's cool.
Yeah, we had some.
I like having relationships like that with people, whether it be just friends or family. I love
Yeah,
that.
it's a
You want
good.
to go to the store with me? Sure.
Yeah, I'm down. Like I'm just down.
Doing a Target run. Do you want to come?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure, man. Well, we're gonna cut it here, guys. Thank you guys for joining us for episode 3. We will be seeing you guys pretty soon. Hopefully, you guys took something from our backpacks and put it into yours. And if you guys haven't, then hopefully the next episode will be for you guys.
Yep.
You guys take it easy. Stay safe out there.
Like, comment, subscribe, share.
I gotta start saying that.
Yeah,
I'm not used to that.
You got to get in that like influencer mindset.
Yeah, right, that content creator mindset. That's not me.
Yeah, no, me neither. I don't like to ever consider myself an influencer. I would hope to never be known as that, but
I just want to be like a guy that helps people. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, but definitely like, comment, subscribe, and share. Like, share with everybody. The Backpack with Thomas and Samba.
thank you for listening.
Deuces.
Bye.
Bitch, what's up? Test your luck. Best room soon, my wrist gon' bust, my shit stay cut. You don't like me or something? Hold on, Pop move slow, need a pickup. I don't need a bitch that tired all day, baby, and then a bitch that don't hiccup. You don't like me or something?